Alright, so this is after I removed the makeup with the rubbing alcohol. Let me just pick aside the pad and make sure I got everything off. I'm picking the spots that I put a whole lot of makeup on. And it's okay if your face will turn a little bit red from the rubbing alcohol for a second or two, maybe a minute. It's fine. Just don't rub. I mean, don't scrub. I have bought the Clarisonic. If you have acne, you probably looked at it and thought, ooh. I don't use it because if I do, I'll break out just from using the Clarisonic. It's all that rubbing. It's not good for your skin. It will cause friction acne. So I can be perfectly clear and then take the Clarisonic to one spot with no product. It'll break me out, and then maybe pick another spot with some all-natural soap, and it will still break me out. So it doesn't matter if it's got product or not. It's the actual rubbing that will break you out. It will cause a new breakout. So don't do that. Alright, so I'm just going to put my hair up for a second and then show you all the bumps. I tried to change the lighting so you could get a good look. This is after using these pads yesterday. I got a new breakout, which I haven't had in a long time. Hopefully I'll zoom in. You see the red bumps? And this is the main area that I was focusing on with the pads. Because there's a lot of old acne scars here. Some of the flat red marks are old acne scars, but the bumps are all new. That and some new pimples start cropping up. And I did do here, because I have some dark marks above my lip. That Clinique brightener stuff, when I was clear here, I put it on one side, and within 2 hours I got a breakout. So there's no point in putting this spot remover on if it creates new spots. The white, those are scabs from the pimples that I extracted this morning. And to extract them, because they were big bumps. I mean, I should have thought of taking pictures earlier. But to extract them, and they do need to come out. So I don't know who's teaching people that they shouldn't come out. They need to come out. If you get those white bumps, and that's pus. That pus does need to come out. If you leave it, it's going to create a huge bump, and it could turn into a cyst, and then it becomes an abscess, and it gets filled with blood, and then you get really deep, painful scarring. So I take a normal needle, sterilized, hot. You heat it and then you let it cool off, and just put a little pinprick into the white spot. It will instantly try to come out. If it's a whole lot, it may come out on its own. But if it hasn't all surfaced, extract it with this. You press gently, and then the stuff comes out. And then you need to wipe the area with rubbing alcohol. You don't want that pus to spread to any other because it could create another breakout in another spot, because that is infected. So you want to press out as much of that pus and blood that's infected and then it will go flat, it will get a scab, and you need to leave the scab alone. Do not pick this off or peel it off. You'll create more shallow marks, which is how I got some of the marks. Over the years, I was peeling off those scabs because to make the makeup look good, you pick off the scab and then the makeup goes on smooth, but you've created a problem later because it will take longer to heal. That scab is your own body trying to heal that. So leave it alone. So this is a tool from Sephora. It's much better than going because then you create a bump and you're pressing on areas of your skin that aren't infected, and it's a whole nother issue. It's much better to just take a needle, prick it, and get that stuff out. And don't press too hard with this either. So that's what I did this morning. So that's why there's no big whiteheads. Those really bright red marks, those are what had pus in them this morning. And I extracted them because I wanted to put makeup on. Alright, because I haven't had a breakout like that in a while. But if I'm just going to hang out at home, or I'm not really going anywhere I care about, I will go to the grocery store like this. I mean, honestly, why do I care? Why am I covering up my face, making it worse for people that I don't know? There's no point. The makeup's not for me. I'm not looking at myself 24/7. It's obviously for people who are looking at you. So I'm going to show you how I got rid of it. And with the hair product, I used to break out here a lot. And so I stopped using this. If I use this again, I will break out in a cyst the next day easily. I'll have perfect hair, but I will have I'll start to get cystic acne again. So what I did, this is wonderful. But I'm not going to use it right now because I want to show you just how one product at a time works. You don't want to mix things because you don't know what the reaction will be if you mix them. And you want to know what's actually working best for your own face. So don't put like 10 different products on and then say something's not working, because you don't know which one did work and which one didn't. But I put pure rosemary oil on. I put it on a pad and just, So today I put this just on my chest just to see if it will break out, to see what the reaction is. The skin on your chest is usually very similar to your face. If you break out here, if you put makeup or something here on your chest and it breaks out, then you know it's going to break your face out. So the smart thing is test it in one spot. Don't cover your whole face and mess it up and not realize it's the product till it's too late. Just test one little patch and watch it for a day or two and see what happens. So here is my big secret. And we're going to see how long this takes to get rid of these red bumps. Because I finally got to the point where I can go out like this and not feel bad. I think it actually looks better than the pile of makeup I put on. That kind of makes the bumps show more, and it definitely shows off your flakes more when you put that makeup on. It kind of gets stuck in the little cracks and stuff. It makes it look worse. It doesn't look better. A lot of people don't look better with makeup on. They're not realizing it. But here's my secret. It is all natural, all minerals. It's just pure water and a powdered clay. I'm giving some away. I'll put a link. And I buy it in bulk in California. And then I do sometimes sell it to friends. So if you really need this and you can't find it because it's not sold in the stores, you can't buy this pre-mixed in the store because honestly this won't last on the shelf very long. They don't make money on something, one, that works, or doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it to make it last on the shelf, and those chemicals will make you break out. So this is just pure water and the clay, and it draws out all that stuff in your skin. And this definitely helps with people that have cystic acne. It drew mine out. You know, those cysts that just don't come to the surface and you can't pick at them because they're so deep in the skin. It's impossible, but that does need to come out. And this will bring it out. So if you have a pimple that's ready to come out, it does draw it to the surface really fast. And it, you know, it will come out as a pustule. But sometimes there's some that don't even need to come out. It does, I don't know what it does exactly, but it just gets rid of it sometimes. So some come out quickly, some don't, and they usually come to the surface within like a day and then they heal really fast. It's not one of those things where, oh, it's going to get so much worse before it gets better. No, it's going to get better like almost instantly. It's hard to look at the camera and put this on, so get my mirror. This is my worst area that I'm trying to smooth out, so. And I'm just using this. No, I didn't put any soap. I don't use soap on my face because your body actually does not need a ton of soap. And most soaps have detergents in it. And that's another thing you should really look into too. It's not just the products that you're putting on your skin on purpose, but in your laundry detergent is a big one. You're sleeping on that. Think of your pillows and your blankets and your clothes. You've got so many chemicals in those products and you're putting it on your skin, and your skin's one huge organ. And it's purging, it's doing its job. It's trying to get this stuff out. It needs to come out somewhere. Some people, I don't know how, they do all these things to their body and they don't break out, but it comes out some other way. You know, they may need a kidney or have some other horrible disease or cancer. It happens. Your body's trying to help you. It's drawing toxins into your fat cells or your skin to try to protect your body, your vital organs, from the chemicals. So it's not just pollution and makeup and hair product. You need to pay attention to your soap. That's a huge one. And your water. Because I know for me, somebody told me, and this I know it's true, that their water breaks them out. So after a shower, they have all these new pimples. And it's true, some people's water is hard water, soft water, or has other chemicals in it. There's so much chlorine in there. I used to swim in a chlorine pool, and I know now that was not smart. I was putting all that chlorine in my body all the time. Alright, so I'll leave that, let it dry, and then I just rinse with water, and we will see what it looks like tomorrow. So it's it's about 9 p.m. now. This will dry hard, and your face will pulse if you put a lot of it on. And you don't want to rub and scrub when you take it off either. You re-wet it and you let the water soak in, and then you gently take the clay off. And then you don't put anything extra. You don't put moisturizer on, you don't put some treatment on. Just leave it alone. Let your body repair it. Okay, so that's that. I'll let it dry. I'll take a picture of how it dried, and then I will show you in 24 hours how it looks.